What's up, Bardian? Cerridius here, and in this video, I'm going to reveal my secrets on how I play my Titan and teach you guys how to play like me. Now, honestly, it's not much of a secret. I'm sure a lot of people know this, but I guess a lot of people don't. I was doing a 1v1 with someone the other day for, kind of teaching them lessons and whatever, and they didn't know about the whole striker punch and how good it is. I had plans to make this video for a while ago. I was honestly going to make it in two separate videos about, how to play like me, and then another video about Dune markers, but they kind of go hand in hand, so I decided to combine the videos. Now, first of all, I want to thank you guys so much for 77,000 subscribers. I've been kind of teetering back and forth from 76 to 77,000 for a while now, so finally broke that threshold, so I appreciate you guys for subscribing. I'm catching up on content. I got about 10 videos scheduled to upload, and let's get into this one. So, the best and easiest way to play this game, unfortunately, is letting it play for you. That's like there's so much tracking in this game. Now, kind of to narrow that down, I'm just talking specifically about the melee. Melee in this game, it's got a big lunge range for the most part, and then it hits them and it aims for you. There's not a whole lot to it. It's not like a normal, I don't know, like the Call of Duty knives where you really need to be point blank, but it's got a decent lunge range. So melees are extremely powerful in this game. Now, if you amplify your melee damage and the lunge range, it makes it so much easier. So the best and easiest way to play a Titan, I've main Titan for so long, since Destiny 1. I played Hunter 2 here and there, but I mainly played Titan. I started off Destiny 2 with Sentinel, played it all. And the easiest thing I have found is bottom tree striker. Now, we don't play bottom tree striker for the super. I don't play any classes for the super, basically, because you only get super, like most people get supers like 1 or 2 times a game, and for me, that's not super useful. Get it? But for the most part, bottom tree striker super it's not good. Like, I see one on the enemy team coming at you, like striker, I'm like, oh, it's just a striker, you kill him easily. Anyway, you play bottom tree for the neutral and I guess the passive game, your passive abilities. The biggest thing about this, like these three right here, these three make this melee just so incredibly just powerful and useful. Now, knockout is a big thing. Knockout, when you break someone's shield, basically, when you break their shield, you get a knockout perk on the bottom of your screen, and that will increase your melee damage from 100, typical melee damage across all classes is 100, but this will increase your melee damage to 160. Typical Guardian health is around 200, plus or minus some, but around 200 health is somebody's, health pool. So 160 damage punch, right? On top of that, your melee range increases to, I think what we measured before, about 7.5 meters, which is, it's pretty far. It looks far, and it is far. Especially when you have, some momentum behind you, it's farther. So, big melee range, big melee damage. You don't have to track at all, because the melee just tracks for you, aims for you. You're flying at them. You punch them. You're rubber banding backwards because that's just how this game is. So other people can't shoot you, and you kill them super easily because you hit them for so hard, right? On top of that, after you kill them, reversal triggers health regeneration. So you start to regen health. On top of that, if you have frontal assault charged, your melee weapon, or not melee weapon, your weapon reloads. Your stability increases drastically, and your weapon damage goes up by 20-25%. And honestly, I don't know if I'm the only one that notices this, but if you have something like frontal assault active, kill clip, or any other damage increasing modifier, it feels like you just get a bigger hitbox and you just hit your shot so much easier. So these three things are crazy. This is what makes the Striker Titan so easy. Now, you pair that with something like Dune Marchers. Now, I don't care what anybody else says, Dune Marchers is the best PvP exotic for a Titan. Hands down. There's Synthoceps is really redundant on the Striker Titan. Synthoceps is pretty good for other classes like Top Tree Sentinel, but there's really no point. You don't need the buff melee range because you already have a 7.5 meter range with your bottom tree striker knockout active, whereas this makes your melee range about 8.5 meters. The extra being surrounded is when 3 people are around you, and on top of that, it doesn't even make your melee damage like one shot punch. It might with knockout active, but again, there's really no point. It's kind of a wasted perk. I would rather have Dune Marchers because Dune Marchers is just, you get faster sprinting, you get a farther slide, and you get that chain electric lightning that just goes out and hits everybody for 80 damage. So you really don't need that increased melee damage from Synthosets because you're already hitting everybody around you for 80 damage plus 160 from your melee, so that's plenty to kill them. You don't need to punch them for 220 damage. It's pointless. So when you have knockout active, all it takes is one hand cannon shots to the body, and then you punch them, and they're dead. Or any other gun, like couple AR bullets, just a couple of bullets, you know, and they're dead. You just got to get around 40 damage into them, which is, you know, really easy, and punch them from 7.5 meters away, and they're dead. This is kind of how I'm talking about play like me. My snipers, I typically run free hand grip now because I do a lot of no scope melees and a lot of just, you know, no scopes in general, and free hand grip really helps out. Icarus is nice on like other stuff, and it's kind of nice on sniper too, but honestly, if you're going for jump shots, you're probably doing it for show, or I don't know, maybe the enemy's team isn't that good, or you just take it in the beginning of rounds and quick lane peaks. But I feel like free hand grip for me has been more useful. And you really don't need to run a shotgun because your fist is basically the shotgun. You just run up, slide, you body them with your sniper, and that's, you know, that's so much damage it breaks their shields, which activates your knockout, which gives you that 8-meter range punch to punch them, kill them instantly. Whereas, you know, if you're having a hand cannon, you slide at them, you still have to shoot them in the head, body, or something, and then you can punch them. So that's why I run free hand grip. Stat-wise, people will ask me all the time, what are your stats? And personally, I don't care what these are. I typically just go for 100 recov. That's pretty much what you want to go for on every character. Maybe 100 mobility on a hunter, but typically you want about 100 recov. And if I could, I would do 100 intellect, but I just don't care. These are what I would max out. Mobility on a Titan, mobility on every class increases your strafe speed and your jump height. Mobility on Titan, if you're skating, the lower is a little better. And if you want to skate, you got to use catapult jump. You have to be on PC, and it's kind of tied to your frame rate. The higher your frames, the easier it is to skate. You just bound your jump to spacebar and scroll wheel, and you just scroll away. Kind of get the muscle memory down, but for the most part, it's no macros. I've never used a macro. If anybody says I used a macro, I've never used a macro in my life. And then most stuff, this like the armor perks, just cater to what you're using. Hand cannon, sniper, and stuff like that. Look at my top 3 weapon kills. It's hand cannon, shotgun, melee. Like, I have a lot of melee kills. That's how easy it is. I basically have the same amount as my shotgun. Because honestly, if you're running a shotgun and you hit them once, it's gonna bust their shields down, and then you can punch them. I'd rather get the punch. I want the punch kill because I want that health regen. That's how much I want my melee to hit. Like, if, you know, typical Crown Eater Titan, you know, you just punch everybody on a bottom tree striker. It's so easy and so good. And now I got a lot of clips to go over. And I was kind of hoarding these for a while because I had plans for this video for a while now. But I got a lot of clips I'll show you guys to, you know, show you that this is such an easy thing to do. Like, if you kind of get this down, muscle memory, back of your head, way to play, you're going to drop... I drop 50 kills every game easy. And you probably can too. So the goal in this clip I originally had, you know, you want to headshot my chaperone. But of course, it didn't work out. So I bodied the guy. I, you know, run right a little bit to cover, you know, break their line of sight for a half second just to close that gap an extra 1 or 2 meters. Body the guy, break his shields, knockout is active. I can run up, punch him, heal, shock everybody else, turn around and punch them, but actually do marchers and they were hurt, and it just straight up kills them.
Like the Masters.
Next clip right here. I end up double meleeing the third guy. After you melee somebody, basically your knockout activates and you can punch for, you know, 160 damage. But again, Dune Marchers just shocked everybody else behind me and killed them.
Wow. Jesus.
Another quick little Dune Marchers example, just, you know, playing the game for me, wiping out the second guy, even though he refuses to wipe. Now, Dune Marchers is crazy sometimes because it glitches out. Like, whenever you kill somebody with a melee, that body is like charged with electricity for, you know, a little bit, and people who walk by it will get shocked. Sometimes it'll shock them 2 times, and that's 160 damage, and that will pretty much kill a lot of people, and you'll see some clips with that. Now, pay attention to this clip, because you might miss it. I ended up getting 3 kills here. I have knockout active from a previous encounter with these Titan. Shoot him once or twice at the hand cannon, then I punch him, and then his body's charged with electricity. I no-scope a second guy, because the electricity wounds him enough, and then the electricity actually kills the third guy. This clip is just an example of Titan melee. The main thing I wanted to show was watch the last kill. Simple 1 sidearm shot to the body and a punch, and he's dead. People are gonna think that they're getting 1-shot melee, And they essentially are. They're gonna think you're cheating. This next clip could have been a 7th column, because if I would have sniped the 6th guy, literally everybody spawned back behind me where I punched them all. But here's another example of how easy it is to just punch everybody. Doom Marcher shocks everybody for 80 damage, and then just you can punch them all one time. Like, this is just such an easy way to play. It's so easy. Like, you know, brain dead Titan, sure, but you know, it's whatever. Your fist is basically a shotgun, so you don't need to run a shotgun. You can have a sniper to take care of long ranges, and then if you body somebody in the distance, and then some other guy comes up to flank you, if they have like a regular hand cannon or something, all you do is pull out your hand cannon, shoot them once in the body, and then punch them, and they're dead. Like, it's so powerful and it's so easy. You'll see a lot of times in this in these clips, I will just shoot them literally once with the hand cannon, punch them, and then they're dead. And it's basically instant. Like, they don't know what happened.
Nice. One more.
Doom Marchers with the ballistic slam works all right too. It's not as strong as Synthos because there's a slight delay, and I think one person will still survive. But for the most part, it works too. But you know, bottom tree striker, passive abilities in the neutral gameplay is so much easier. You'll see just on a lot of these clips how I'll start an engagement on one guy. Before I kill him, I'll stop and start on somebody else. I'll punch that second guy, and then the second guy I punch will just shock the first guy and finish him off, and you'll get an easy 2-for-1. Now, Doom Marcher's shock range is pretty far. I don't know the exact thing, but for some reason it's like 20 meters or something. Now, another amazing thing I forgot to point out about Doom Marchers is it basically draws a line. It draws a line where the next enemy is, and it's like you don't notice it, but like, you know, when you play the game, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it literally draws a line and points them out. Now, a lot of times when you're playing, there's a lot of stuff going on. You can't really, you know, you lose track a little bit. And instead of taking a half second to watch your radar and you know, kind of readjusting where they're at with your eyes, you basically just follow the lightning, ride the lightning. It will point out the next guy, and you can just, you know, you save that reaction time of having to read your radar and stuff, etc. You can just move on to the next guy.
Wow, dude.
Now again, like, there's 1 or 2 clips where Doom Marchers kind of glitches, I think, and ends up shocking people 2 times. It happened in the Gigs 2v3. It just, I punch somebody, their body is charged with electricity, and the dude runs by it and it shocks him 2 times. Anyway, though, guys, this style of PvP gameplay will work in every aspect of PvP mode. Maybe even PvE if you want to punch thralls a whole bunch. But it'll work in quick play. It works best in quick play. Like, you can just stack up so many kills with it. It'll work in competitive. It'll work in trials. It'll work in even a little bit of tournament gameplay. Not so much in tournaments, probably the least in there, but it'll still work in there. Anyway, though, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe if you want to see more. Enjoy the rest of the clips and see how powerful that melee and Doom Marchers is together. Like, it's just, you know, everything compared together. It's just, it's so good, so easy. I know I say easy, I'll take a shot when I say easy, but it really is. So, hope you enjoy the rest of the clips. I'll see you next one. As always, stay thick.
Leslie Gaming is 1 shot, dead. Nice. I am cooking like a turkey on Thanksgiving. Roasted. Yes! And... Oh, Goonies.
Oh my god, dude.
On the rock wall. Rocket, dead. On their initial. 8-bit.
Can I get a 4?